Tonight, the Fox 9 investigators examine the politics of fire safety. For years, Minnesota home builders and the fire service have been at odds over the need to require sprinklers in new homes.
There's been a lot of confusing information about this issue. Here's Jeff Ballion to sort out what you need to know to keep your family safe.
About 3:10 or so, the smoke detectors went off.
There's a saying in fire safety, everything can dry out, nothing can unburn.
There's nothing you can do. It's the most helpless feeling in the world.
Had this Woodbury house been equipped with fire sprinklers, investigators say flames never would have spread beyond the family room, where apparently a laptop overheated, igniting a couch.
The only way I could describe the couch going up was like a dead Christmas tree.
The entire structure was a lost cause by the time help could arrive. No people were hurt, but some pets died.
I'd take water damage any day over my family getting killed or my pets.
For nearly a decade, the fire safety community and Minnesota home builders have been in a tug-of-war over the issue of requiring sprinklers in new single-family homes.
Our builders build an incredibly safe and durable house in Minnesota.
It's the petroleum-based materials used to construct new houses and their furnishings that worry safety experts.
It's basically, cubed gasoline.
The stuff burns fast, as you'll see in this demonstration. In 6 minutes, about the time it should take for fire crews to respond to a call, a foam mattress fire turns this bedroom into an inferno.
This fire alone would have been at least a $50,000 to $100,000 fire.
Now, watch the same scenario in a room equipped with automatic sprinklers. In less than 90 seconds, the sprinkler is activated. It's a myth that all sprinklers in the house go off at the same time. In reality, it's just the one nearest the fire. They react to the heat, not smoke. 155 degrees is the trigger point. Despite the obvious safety benefits, Minnesota home builders have aggressively fought any attempts to make sprinklers mandatory in the state's building code.
It's a very big frustration because we're playing with people's lives.
Over a 5-year period, the Twin Cities Builders Association spent $750,000 on a media blitz, lobbying effort, and a court fight to abolish a state code which had required sprinklers in larger new homes.
It's a lot of money for one issue.
Yeah, it is a lot of money for one issue. And for our folks, this was really a significant issue for the industry.
They make the argument that people are not dying in new housing stock with interconnected smoke alarms, that the cost of requiring sprinklers will hurt business.
You know, there's still a lot of buyers out there that are just right on the line being able to afford their home.
Kurt Christensen, a builder and former firefighter, was literally the poster boy for the industry's well-funded effort to spread the message that sprinklers add anywhere from $9,000 to $13,000 or more to the cost of a new home.
Do you think there's been a deliberate attempt to spread misinformation?
I absolutely do, yes.
How do you respond to that?
No, I don't think so at all. I think the costs that we presented were the legitimate costs that we got quotes on.
According to the National Fire Sprinkler Association, the cost to install a system during construction is about 1% of the purchase price. So for a $400,000 house, it's $4,000. But we didn't hear any numbers like that when a Fox 9 producer visited the Twin City Builders Parade of Homes.
Like how much would it cost for this house?
About $13,000.
That's nearly double what sprinkler experts say you should pay for this $700,000 property.
Any idea how much those cost?
In the home this size, probably about 15 to 20.
Okay.
That estimate was for a $1.2 million home. Using the 1% rule, the cost should be around $12,000. The builder's cost argument, not the fire service's safety concern, is what's resonated with state lawmakers.
Why do you think the other sides had more success at the Capitol than your side?
Deeper pockets for certain.
A new law passed this session. It prohibits the state from requiring sprinkler systems in new 2-unit townhouses.
This points out how important this bill is to the ability to construct more affordable housing.
There's another bill which keeps coming back year to year despite vetoes from the governor. It would block Minnesota's building code from ever requiring sprinklers in new or existing single-family homes.
What do you have against fire sprinklers?
Well, I have nothing against fire sprinklers. I just don't believe that they're necessary in a residential house.
Senator Dave Senjum of Rochester is a strong opponent of a residential sprinkler mandate.
The body of evidence suggests that hardwired smoke detectors are just fine and adequate in terms of personal protection.
Not if you consider these numbers. Over the past 12 years in Minnesota, 20 people have died in fires despite having working, hardwired smoke alarms in their home. The victims, often children or seniors, some couldn't get out because of mobility issues or impairment.
32 years, I've seen so many people die and small kids die that it's like it doesn't have to happen if you have sprinklers.
There was no debate over this issue when lawmakers approved a budget to refurbish the state capitol. The redo included adding a sprinkler system to protect the historic building and all the people who use it. Most don't notice the new addition. The sprinkler heads are hidden behind those discs, which pop out in case of a fire.
This debate is going on nationally. So far, only 2 states now require sprinklers in all new homes. They are California and Maryland. And Maryland is looking at offering tax credits to help homeowners offset the cost.
You mentioned this being about 1% the total cost of a new home. So are there any tax breaks or insurance credits if you do have the sprinklers?
Yes, there are. For insurance here in Minnesota, you can save anywhere from 5 to 15% on homeowners insurance. And on average, that's about $150 a year. So figure that over the lifetime of a mortgage, that really helps cut the cost.
And what the overall cost would be, and you and I were just talking about this off the air, if they're required in apartment buildings and office buildings, why not a home? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, that's the argument the fire service makes.
Well, we'll see what happens once a few people have seen this and get on the phone.
Yeah, it's an important conversation.
All right.
Thanks, Jeff.